Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Larissa, Issa, Larry, whatever. Sorry I've been kind of MIA again. I got a little caught up. I was finishing out my mini master at school. That's really it. I was just finishing that off, but I'm back. I filmed a video yesterday with a friend of mine, which will be awesome. So I'm going to have like my first guest star, I guess, come on my channel, which will be awesome. And she's beautiful, and we did like an easy model makeup. Looked so good on her. I love it. So today I'm back though with another Baroque Bee installation. Today I want to talk about foundation. And I know foundation can be really tricky and it's frustrating, but I want to talk about something that I think had its hype and then kind of like faded out, but I still want to talk about it because I think it's really good and it's not as well known as I think it should be. So what we're going to be discussing today is the Ordinary foundation. I bought a couple different kinds. This one is the Ordinary full coverage foundation, if you see that. They also have a serum foundation, which yeah, here's the box for that. So the serum foundation I think is a lot better for people with dry skin, which you know is me. The coverage foundation has more coverage, like you know you would think, but it's a little bit thicker. What I wanted to show you here is I got 3 different colors, and what I love about them is they give you like light, medium, dark. I think they have a tan too, and then like extra dark. They have a lot of different shades, but they give you undertone options, which is like fabulous. So the ones that I have here, this is light 1.2p, so this is a light with pink undertones, and I have it swatched right here. So as you can see, it blends in fairly well with my skin. The one that's right here that's a noticeable difference is this one. It's 1.0 NS, and this is in the coverage foundation, not the serum, so this is the thicker one. But this says it's very fair, neutral with silver highlights. I didn't really know what that meant, so I wanted to get it just to see it. Now that I'm looking at it, obviously that's too, like it's winter here. It's like 16 degrees outside right now. So if it's too light for me now, I think it's always going to be too light for me. So I'm going to keep this as like a mix-in foundation because I have some that are just the wrong undertone, and I think the silver in it will really help bring it down. But the one that I've been using that I think fits me best, because I know the pink one looked pretty good on me, but this one to me looks better. And this is the 1.2 light in 1.2N. So it's light, but it's neutral. And that one I have right here. And again, you can't see it at all. The pink one, I think when all over my face, it's going to make me look a little too like, I don't know the right word because it's not, I don't want to say it's like orange, but it's kind of orange. Price point, this foundation is like $6.95, super inexpensive, which is awesome. I love that. The other thing I wanted to review with it, so you kind of get a 2-for-1 today because this is also a great deal. I think this was either $4.95 or $5.95, but this is the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. It says it's a high adherence blurring surface smoother and primer. So that's right here. Again, super affordable. I love their products. I think so far I'm really happy. I got a couple oils too, which, sorry, I'm waiting for it to focus. Okay. Which I want to try out. My only complaint that I really have with the company is on the website. It doesn't really tell you what the products do. Now, from what I understand, they just started selling this at at Sephora. So maybe on Sephora's website, it could give you a better idea of like what each product does, because for the oils at least it just tells you like what the oil is, but not its like intended purpose. So I got a couple, but I had honestly no idea what they were supposed to do. I bought my stuff from Deciem, D-E-C-I-E-M. That was the website. They don't just sell the Ordinary, they sell other things too, but I know they have the full range of the Ordinary there. And that was, for a while, the only place I knew where to buy it. So far, I've been happy with the stuff. So I just put the primer all over my face. It does kind of have a silicone-y feel, but not as bad as I would say like the Smashbox what is that called? The silicone Smashbox one, if you know what I'm talking about. And I hope you do because I can't remember the name right now. But I am going to wet my beauty blender because I forgot to do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I just dampened my beauty blender. It's not, I keep calling it a beauty blender. It's not. It's the Real Technique sponge. Same thing as far as I'm concerned. I guess I can't say that fairly. I've never tried the beauty blender, but you know, I'm not spending $20 on a sponge when I can spend $3.95 on one. Okay, moving on. This is another small sponge that Real Techniques has. This kit, which was honestly, again, I've reviewed this before. It's such a great deal. It was like $15, I think, and I got 4 brushes and 4 of these sponges, and they're honestly fantastic brushes and fantastic sponges. So if you can still find this, I would. I got mine at Ulta. So we're going to start off. I'm taking the 1.2N Light, and this is in the Serum foundation. I prefer, like I said, I prefer the Serum foundation because it's a lot thinner. Like, look, it's like water, which just drips out of there. This is way more than I usually use. I usually take like 1 pump, and I'm fine with that, but obviously I have more. So whenever I put on foundation, I like to start with the flat end, because then I can just kind of like smear it all over, if that makes sense. This is just how I prefer to put on foundation. I mean, I guess it really depends like what you like to do, but I like to take the flat end and then I flip it over to the rounded side because there's no edges here, and that's kind of how I like pat it all over. So if you like a full coverage look, this foundation is not for you at all. It will not give you full coverage. It does give you, it's not like it's no coverage, but it's like you would expect. It's a serum foundation. It's very light, it's very liquidy. So I find for my dry skin though, I love this because I did a moisturize beforehand. I even did a face mask this morning. I woke up really early. I was up at like 5 something. I even like cleaned my bathroom. Like, I've been productive today. It's only 10 o'clock right now, and that's pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. So yeah, I'm just rubbing this in. Sometimes I go back to the flat end, but this is pretty much the amount of coverage I get. I usually look just to cancel out my redness. I don't have, thank God, lucky, I don't have that much acne or anything like that. That's never really been an issue in my life. My primary skin concern has always been dryness. So let me zoom you in. And you can kind of see, hopefully, oh, sorry, what I'm talking about. Like, it just evened out my skin a little bit. Around my nose, I would still want to go back and get, you know, more coverage, but I usually use the concealer for that anyway. So what I'm thinking of doing today, which might not go very well, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm going to use the coverage foundation in that Very Fair Neutral Silver, the 1.0 NS. Just waiting for it to load. Now I'm going to the deciem, whatever, that website where I bought my foundation from. I'm not going to Sephora's. Okay, this is kind of what I expected, which is really unfortunate. Here's the color selection they have listed on their website. And if you see this, there's a ton of light shades, and like on the deep end of the spectrum, there's 3. I don't want to be ignorant, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm very lucky that I have lighter skin in the sense of like makeup, because companies cater more towards me than they do towards darker complexions, which is, it's not fair and it's stupid, and I don't know why they do that. But I think sometimes you get so caught up in like, oh, like it works for me, that you want to recommend it to people, and you don't even consider the fact that like there's a huge demographic that might not be able to wear it because they don't even bother to make a shade that works for them. I think that's really messed up. Like, you know what I mean? I just, like, everyone loves makeup. Everyone. So like, why wouldn't, I just don't understand why you wouldn't want to have a wide variety of shades on the deeper end of the spectrum too. Like, wouldn't you just want everyone to buy your stuff? So like, why wouldn't you make it available for everyone? I just think that's so stupid. And I mean, I know there's very, very fair people also who often find that problem. They're not able to find a foundation that matches them either. Like, everything's too dark, which again is like frustrating. So like, I'm light. I'm very, obviously, I'm very fair, but I'm not like the fairest. Like, usually I can get away with like the second shade in a range. It's usually, now if they only do like light, medium, dark, I'm always light. No, it's like, it's hard to judge also because I'm just looking at it online. So I guess I can't really tell like how they would swatch in person. I would love to see though someone like with a deeper complexion, see what they wear. So this is the chart that they give. I just think between 3.3N and 3.2N, there's a huge jump. Like, if you look on the model there, it's like a huge jump between the last 2 deepest shades right here. Like, that's ridiculous. that's a huge jump. So I would like to see more color options. I think we can all say that though, for most foundations, we would love to see more color options. Moving on. I don't want to be too preachy in this, but you know, it needs to be said. And like, I'm not acting like I'm the first person to say it, because by no means am I. But I just think like, it's 2018. Like, why is this still conversation we need to be having? Like, this should have already been accomplished. Like, anyway. Okay, back to rant over. I am now taking the 1.0 NS, which is the coverage foundation, which is like the thicker one, right? I don't know, I should have shown you. You can see it, it's not running like on my skin like the serum was, so this one's much thicker. And this is the neutral with silver highlights. I'm going to try to use this as a concealer. This could go very well, or it could go horribly, but we're going to find out together. So here, let me zoom you in and you can see if you can see the difference between the two sides. So this one has the foundation as the concealer on it, and this one doesn't. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't really feel like I have that bad of under eye circles. Like sometimes I use the Pixie Brightening Peach Concealer to color correct, but like more often than not, I don't, just because sheer laziness. Like, that's it. That's literally it. I'm just going to zoom you back out a little bit. So, looking in my mirror here, I like it. It's fine. It's not like incredible. But I mean, it's also not a concealer. So, I'm just kind of trying to use all the colors that I can. Because I have so many. But since we're using this as a concealer, I'm going to take it by my nose too. So now I'm just switching to the brush. Just because sometimes I have a hard time with sponges, like getting around the nostrils. So I like to use brushes sometimes. And especially on this side because I have my nose rings. And it's not just one, I have two. So it's like getting in between them can be challenging. And I don't really like when I have makeup on them. One of them is silver, but the other one is black. So like when the black one has makeup on it, it just kind of looks stupid. I mean, I guess they both do, but what should I do? So I still see like redness here that's peeking through. That's like my main complaint though, is just the redness there. But again, this isn't supposed to be like a full coverage foundation, so I shouldn't really expect, I suppose, it to conceal all my redness. I always like to look for a lightweight feeling foundation that will get rid of my redness. Which maybe that's a little much. I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm mixing it with whatever I have left on my hand from the other foundation. Oh, I meant to say, these have a twist on the top, so you can lock it, which is nice. So now it's locked, it won't pump, and then it can twist back to open it up to allow you to pump it, which is nice if you travel. So, and the bottle, it's like a plastic bottle. The top of the packaging gets really dirty because it's kind of like that soft matte material, that black matte material, like it's dirty very easily. But I mean, it looks nice, and especially for it being like $6, I think it looks really pretty. So I'm just swirling around here. I'm always really red around my nose area. And then the other spot I usually get red is right here. I get eczema irritations there often on both sides. So it's like, I'm just blending. I'm just going to go back with my beauty blender and just swipe up whatever is left on my hand and just press it here to make sure everything is fully blended. I mean, I think it looks nice. Like, I think it looks very natural. I think my skin looks good. Let's zoom in again. And you can see, like, it's not, you see a little bit of the caking around like the nose, but I think that's honestly just like more my skin than anything, because like if you look there, I feel like it looks pretty good. Alright, so I'm just going to hit it with some powder, and then I'll come back at the end and let you see how it looks all together. Hey, I just wanted to come back. I started blending bronzer on my face, and I realized I probably should check in and let you know like how it's blending over the foundation. So I was using the NYC Smooth Skin bronzing face thing. It's like the Sunny, the Soleil I don't know. I've had this for like ever. I think this is what it was like originally called, but it's basically the NYC like Soleil bronze or whatever that was. It's super cheap. Everyone loved it. I don't even know if NYC is still a company anymore, so sorry. But I have a lot of it, so I'm going to use it. But, yeah, the powder seems to be blending really nicely over it. I did powder my whole face, though, with the Coty Airspun. And under my eyes, I used the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. And I can zoom you in and let you see how that looks. So I think it's alright. I mean, I just have lines under my eyes, so... Like, I get creasing all the time, and it's not, like, really caking up in there, which is nice. But yeah, like, I've used so many different concealers and foundations, and, like, I usually always get creasing, so I just think it's my face shape, so I don't really hold that against the foundation or the concealer whenever that happens. But there's like a line, like, I know how much to expect, if that makes sense, so that's kind of my 2 cents on that. Hey, so I just wanted to give you my final update on the foundation. I think it looks good. I think product blended pretty well on top of it. Yeah, I like how it turns out. I like how it feels on my skin. Like I said, I set it with powder. I also used the Ulta Beauty Dewy, can you see that? The setting spray. I'm going to put a little bit more on. I just feel like it helps everything kind of like melt together. The blush I'm wearing, I actually from a palette that I just did the review on, the BH Cosmetics, what is it, 26 color palette, neutral eyeshadow and blush palette. But I've got to say, I'm really happy with it. Let me zoom you in closer so you can see what it on my skin is looking. I mean, I can see definitely it's a little bunched up around the nose. But I don't know if that's, I think that's the powder though. Like, I put on a lot of powder. But I don't know, I feel like you can see it looks smooth. My forehead looks good. That's usually where I get like dry patches, is on my forehead. I'm really happy with it. For the price, like, I think it's pretty awesome. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it helped you out. Definitely check out The Ordinary. I know they now sell it at Sephora, so you can check it out there too. It might be a little bit easier. And yeah, if you have deeper complexion, definitely let me know if any of the shades worked for you or what your thoughts are on the range, because again, like when I look on the website, it looks like there can definitely be more colors. But then when I saw like the swatch on the girl's arm with all the deeper shades, it looked like there was like, you know, a decent array, but I don't know how much I believe that. So I'm curious to know if someone's used it like and how it worked for them. So please let me know if you have that insight. I would love to get your feedback. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. That really helps me out. Lets me know what you like. Lets me know if I should keep going. I mean, I'm gonna do it regardless, I guess. So it's just nice to have that feedback, you know? Feels like a family. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.